Crazy. So just for the people that are listening, so we're working on a project with this brand new band with Bryson and Mitch here, and we are halfway in the week. We're in the middle of our kind of scheduled week-long session or 8 days stretch of sessions, and we are now going into lockdown, and so we've cut the project short because of that, and it's been interesting how immediately, once we got the news yesterday that today was going to be our last day of tracking, we were going to finish all the songs we wanted to do. These guys, Bryson and Mitch, immediately were thinking about their alternate plans of how they were going to release, how this project was going to look, and how they were going to finish up the rest of the songs, and we're adapting just almost immediately once getting the news that this project wasn't going to be finished in the time we thought it was going to be. So
I mean, I guess playoff football is on right now. I'm a pretty big football fan, so it's like calling an audible. You gotta read what your opponent's doing. In this case, our opponent is COVID, life, the government. All the things that people just don't like. I mean, it'll be interesting, seeing how long, if this, depending on, if this is gonna just, interrupt what we're doing this week, and if it's gonna stay that way, it might, all the planning that we did last year, we might have to be and this is what life does, you just gotta call an audible and change the plan.
You change the plan, yeah.
I mean, if we finish these 2 songs, and we decide we don't wanna wait to have the whole EP before we release one of them,
then
maybe we do.
And maybe if it works out in a way because you put out the 2, then you gauge sort of the audio, what people think, whatever. You get all the feedback comes in, and then when we get a chance to go back at it again, then you can make adjustments based on the feedback.
It's possible.
It could be good.
It might be a blessing in disguise. Well, that's what COVID last year. The whole thing we talked about, all this extra downtime.
Yeah, it's
to sit and
plan.
If we would have just started recording music when I sat down on an acoustic guitar in the sun, we'd be playing folk tunes.
Yeah, folk tunes. Yeah, it'd be like an acoustic
That mandolin would still have been used. It's just in a different.
Under heavy rock song.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. So it could work out. And a good thing when we track this way and just kind of tackle song by song. Because otherwise we'd have
nothing.
We'd have 10 tracks and we would have stuck with that.
Yeah, 5 drum tracks and some scratch guitars and
So realistically, right? We just got to do bass for this and then
vocals for both.
Vocals for 2 songs, and at least we have 2 songs.
Yeah. And depending, if tomorrow, because we'll get to work tomorrow, we could potentially plow out, we could do a long day tomorrow if you guys wanted, and plow out a whole other song and get everything done for, another song, but yeah, it's just, that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, if we were, it would probably be crawling back to you, because that'd be the quickest one to bang out.
Probably.
Possible, so we could get that done,
Did you guys check out the list? Was let's post.
No, we're just kind of hypothetically talking about because if there's another 28-day order, right? That definitely means I'm not going back to it, which means my income is once again set to 0. And then if we're on lockdown for that, and then they decide, well, a month from then things aren't getting any better, and they change something again, and it's we don't get to finish recording the other songs till friggin' April or something. It's well, then we still have the how many weeks and months before, a preparation before we can even release something. We might be looking at a October single release when we had started planning this a year ago, and we were aiming for maybe May.
Right.
So
Chomping at the bit now.
it's kind of like, well, what if we get shut down? I'm just thinking aloud here, like maybe we release these songs and go just kind of like keep coming back and doing 2 or 3 at a time when we can.
That might be a good way to do it. Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's an option anyway. Just an option.
I know, that's you gotta think that way, right? Like you just gotta readjust and.
Because how are we supposed to build this? Like nobody knows who we are. Like this is a secret project, but we've sort of like put a little bit of a plug out, just that we're in a studio.
Yeah. Close. Yeah, definitely close.
Yep. Yep.
Whole generation.
Yep.
With the world we'll leave behind. Is there a penance for a whole generation?
You're very close, man.
It sounds like I'm screwing up, but am I like almost?
It just sounds like you're screwing up because you're not used to it. You're used to the way you sing it.
Is there a penance for a whole generation?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay,
That's the spot.
A little soul in there.
That's it.
That is a thing of beauty.
This is quite the masterpiece.
So you guys just want to like start writing film score? Screw whatever else. We'll just do this.
Honestly, might be something to seriously look into.
You know, why not?
Got to every now and again, just put together a piece like that and put it out there.
You never know, right?
Sing.
Next thing you know, it catches on some movie opening sequence. You make some coin off of that.
What if there we also threw some glockenspiel?
Oh, ding.
Glockenspiel.
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 Yeah, let's try it. On just the second one or each one? Or?
Each one.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe just the second one because we want to build. Everything's building, right?
Aye. Yep. Let's try this.
Yeah, unless it musically makes sense. Like if it,
Well, I mean, we'll put it on the second one. See it. I mean, we still haven't added the low rumbly instruments
Mhm.
yet either, and possibly if we want to do any like string hits. We'll see.
Yeah.
We don't need overcrowd the play either, but like
no, but I think it might be a little nice touch. Those little
yeah,
subtle,
little
the little subtle like reprisals.
That's it. That's the one. We know we got it. Dope. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's an option. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if there's lockdown stuff, like right now we're like, 28 days we can move back and finish the rest of the EP. But that's what this other lockdown is supposed to be, 28 days.
I can see in Noctel like in the spring.
Like the first state of emergency that they put in last year at March, it didn't get lifted till almost July.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, like we can't. I don't think it would be in our best interest to sit on 2 songs that we have
Mm-hmm.
till June to record the rest, and then still have to wait another 3 or 4 months to release anything.
Especially
like
when
the fall.
especially when we know we can come in and bang out a song or 2 in a weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You can at least do a song in 2 days at least.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that that might be the new course of action if that's what's gonna happen.
I like it.
Could be a bold move too, releasing a 5.5 minute song as your debut.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like we aren't looking for radio play and stuff. Like we
No.
aren't looking for that market. We're looking for our own market.
True. You know what it does too is like it does eliminate the people that are just aren't going to be fans right off the top. Like those people that aren't into a long song, like, well, you know, they're just out, and then you have your people that are into that, and then you have your, you know, just it's polarizing in like a good way where you just like, man, you just
especially for this project when we're like hell bent on finding our niche.
Yeah,
like
we're
we're
at
looking
the
for our
hut,
tribe.
Yeah,
So why not weed them out right from
right off the
beginning?
bat? Like, oh, you're not gonna like this, so just go find someone else.
Yeah. Part of this entire like week, I guess, in the studio was kind of bent around like honing in on a sound.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that this project's even gonna be? Yeah, we had an idea. We knew we wanted to use horns. We have some bluesy stuff, but even then, we cut out the really bluesy songs from the song selection because it was too derivative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, too kind of typical of So
I mean, this could be a good thing. Who knows, right?
it will be. It will be.
And then
It'll be a good thing.
come back.
People are coming up to this and being like, "So I can't go inside?" Like, no, we're not essential. I told one guy.
How do people with giant fingers play these small instruments? You know?